This is my 2009 Honda Civic, which I've camperized, and I'm just going to give you a quick walkthrough of what I've done to it. So first thing I did was I got a hitch installed and then bought one of those swing out bike racks, so that way I can keep my bike on the car and always have access to the trunk. So that just swings out really easily. And then let me show you the trunk here. Alright, so in the trunk you can see the bed that I've built in here, and so basically what I did is I took a giant sheet of plywood and I cut it up so there would be grooves in it, so it would go around the frame there. I took out the back seats so this would all sit level in there. So what I've done here is I've built a little access panel, so here I can store my food and anything else I really want. I got lots of space in there and needs a bit of organizing. I've got some room over here for a backpack. In here I've built a little cupboard hanging from the ceiling. It's sort of just strapped on with zip ties, and I've got a pan, a bowl and a plate in there. So I've also installed a water tap here, and the way this works is it swings out on a screw, and then this arm swings out again, and then the tap is flipped up. And then there's some magnets over here, and those will hit into place so the tap can stay on. I'm parked on a bit of a slope, so the flow isn't that great right now, but once you're parked level or you're parked uphill, the flow is a little bit better than that. So to shut it off, you just unclick it, turn it again, and turn it again. It's back in there, and it doesn't block the light either. So over here is my stove with propane. I've got a pot for cooking, some utensils are behind the pot, and some paper towels. Now what I've done is I've built this little table, I guess. Alright, so the way this shelf works here is it basically just pulls out, and then it's on these hinges here. Comes out like this, and then you just rest it down on the sides of the car like that, and you're good to go. I got a cutting board here so I can throw that on. I can make some sandwiches. I like peanut butter and honey. Put those jars over there, that's no problem. If I want to do some actual cooking, I can hook these things up. Give this thing a little bit of extra support. Make sure it doesn't come down on you. Then I just pull out the propane grill. It sets up pretty easily. And there we go. I would just need to attach the propane now, and then I've got a full grill. I can grill anything I want, and I've got a stove on this as well, so I'm good to boil water or make pasta, anything like that. Alright, let me show you the inside of the car now. Alright, so as you can see, the plywood board is here, which I've got, that runs all the way to the trunk. So for padding, I've got a layer of carpet, a layer of foam, which I just pulled off an old exercise mat I had, and in here I've got like actual memory foam, like a memory foam mattress, so it's pretty comfortable. I'd actually say this thing is more comfortable than my actual bed. And then I've got two blankets, and I've got extra blankets down here in case it gets too cold, but you should be able to survive in here with all this, at least to -5 Celsius. So anyways, down here I've got some support beams for the bed, and then there's a few more support beams in there. And then down here is where I keep my clothes, and then I've got a pocket of various supplies over there. So in the front here, let me show you what I've done to get the driving back in. So over here I've made a split, and it's on a hinge. So the way this works is I can pull this hinge here, and then I can lift this portion of the bed, and then I can push my car seat back like that. And now I'm able to drive while still having a place to sleep, and I don't have to keep moving this seat back and forth. I can just drive and sleep without doing any adjustments. And then if I want, I can lift up this other side here, and then I can push the passenger seat back, and then I can also take a passenger in this car. All right, now let me show you this side of the car here. So under here we've got some more storage, and right here I've got a box of socks and underwear, a laundry bag, a toiletries bag, and a spare jug of water. And I'll give you a look on the inside here. Alright, so I've taken out the back seats. As you can see, they've just been completely unbolted from it, and I've built a shelf up here, and this shelf here contains the water system, which is about, I think it's a 15-liter plastic water carrier, and I've got a hinge here which opens up, and then you can refill your water, although that lasts quite a long time, I find. The tap here, it goes down and it splits into a Y adapter, and one end feeds the water tap that you saw earlier coming out of the trunk, and then the other end sort of just goes up here and follows along the ceiling, and then it's held in place with these magnetic clips here. So this can come off, and then you can drink water from this tube anywhere there, or even while you're driving. So it's pretty convenient to have that on hand. And then to put it back up, you just attach it again with the magnets here. Alright, now when it gets dark, you're going to need some lighting. So I put in this LED lighting system that runs on batteries, and you just throw that on, and it's got some lights that go all the way across here. This thing has also been attached with magnets, so I can change the batteries if I need to. Inside the car here, I have cut a hole through the board, giving you access to the food cupboard storage here. So if you wanted to get to some food and you were already in here in the night, you could access it that way. And the last thing to show you is the curtain system. Now what I've done here is I've taken wooden doweling and I've attached it with these S-hooks and some zip ties all around the car. And then for the curtains, I've taken zip ties and looped them through these bed sheets. And I've also stapled a top curtain here, a skirt, throughout the car to block the light coming in from the top. So if you just pull on the curtain here, it closes easily. Now the curtains at the end have magnets in them, and the magnets are to attach so that way they don't allow any light to come in at all. So it also makes it pretty easy because it just magnetizes in place like that. So this is what it looks like on the inside with the curtains closed. And as you can see, it's the middle of the day here, and I got this place pretty much pitch black. The trunk is open, of course. And of course I can turn my LED lights on if I can't see, and the whole place lights up. That's all for now. I still want to get some LED lights and attach them to the top of the trunk here. And I want to get a set of telescoping rods that connect to a tarp that I can just pop out of the trunk, pull up, and then throw a tarp down here just in case it starts to rain. So in the meantime, I'm going to finish cooking lunch, and thanks for watching.